Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today so far. Today we're back on our Citycore Island Honeybelle 2.0, just adding some realistic city builds to our island. So if you're looking for some ideas on how you can transform your island into a realistic city, please check out the playlist Honeybelle 2.0. We've been working on this here for the last couple of weeks, and I'm really excited with how everything is shaping together. Today we're going to be working on a realistic Starbucks with drive-thru. I'm super excited. This has been something that's been huge in the Animal Crossing community lately, so let's speed things up and get going. I can't wait to do this today. Alright, so I don't know about you guys, but I think I've probably had at least 3 coffees so far this morning. Coffee is definitely something that I for sure look forward to every morning, and it's just a nice way for me to get my day started right. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you enjoy a nice cup of coffee in the morning, or do you prefer tea? What's your go-to in the morning? Let me know in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys and getting to know you all a little bit. Alright, so first things first, to create this build, I kind of wanted to create more of an interactive style build for this. We're going to be putting down some of the in-game pathing. I decided to go with this just because I wanted to use an overlay for our drive-thru once we get to that point with a custom design for that. So I decided to go with the in-game pathing simply because I wanted to be able to overlay the custom design pathing on top of it. So we're going to be using this gray arched tile type of style pathing right here. And then if you notice, we have a kit down here for one of our villagers. I kind of thought it would be great to put some of our villagers in charge of some of these businesses that we're creating on the island. Since we're doing a lot of realistic brands and things like that, recognizable stores and places on this particular island, I kind of thought it would be fun to create little businesses or places that each of our villagers could be in charge of running. And so I kind of thought, wouldn't it be great if we could sort of create more of an interactive space with this? So we're trying out something new today. Instead of just doing a faux building, we're going to kind of create a faux building around Raymond's house. I love Raymond. He's got to be one of my top fave villagers of all time. And I don't know why. He's been on this island forever, but I've always sort of pictured him running a coffee shop or being in charge of something like that. So I figured let's put him in charge of Starbucks, and we're going to kind of create this building encapsulated around his house to see how this goes. Now, one of the benefits of this is if you're doing more of a no terraforming style island, this is a great type of build for this. You will need some of the pathing, but as far as like creating a second tier like we do for some of the builds, this will be a sort of a different style build. You'll be able to do this just on one level, and we're going to kind of see how it goes. I kind of want to compare the difference between doing a build like this surrounding the villager houses, but making sure that it's still functionable and that the villagers can still easily walk in and out of their homes. So yeah, we're in this together, guys, creating something new just to kind of see how it comes together here. Alright, so some of the items we're going to be using today for this build, we're going to be using a takanama. I really love this item. I feel like this has been a huge item added to the 2.0 update. I think that it makes creating faux buildings a lot easier. It's just a really nice tall item that you can use, and it comes in a few different colors, so depending on what style building you're doing, there's at least a few different options. I know there's sort of a cream color, a red color, sort of a greenish toned, I don't know what you'd call it, almost like a lime green color that you can use, a muted green, and of course this sort of blackish gray bluish color right here. So I like that there's a few different varieties for this item, and again, I feel like the height definitely makes it easier when creating faux buildings. So I'm just sort of rearranging this, bear with me. I'm trying to sort of create this framed in area just right, and what we're going to do is sort of add a couple of the takanama items. We're going to be also using several of the wide display cases right here. I love this item because you can place things inside of the glass. This has been huge in the Animal Crossing community, using these items to create faux buildings, and they just look really darn cute even at night because they do illuminate at night. So I just think that's a really nice touch, especially if you're planning a Citycore island that you want to set the dream in the evening hours. This item can really make your island and your builds pop for sure. So we're going to sort of place a couple of these around here and then put a couple of the wide display cases in front. Now, depending on how you want the style of this build to go, there's a few different options on how you can lay it out. I'll show you one option and then we'll sort of tweak it slightly before we finish up the build itself for the day. And forgive me, I've moved these these items around so many times. I think it's really been a challenge for me trying to create this this type of build where it's encapsulating the villager house. In my head, I kind of pictured it being a certain way, but as you know, once you start building something, it can be a process. It doesn't always come together exactly how you might have envisioned it, but I always want to encourage you guys that even if your build doesn't turn out perfectly the first time, don't be discouraged. Just keep trying, even if you have to move around the items a few times to get it just how you want it. And yeah, don't give up. There's always a way to make it work. Even if you don't like it the first time, you can always kind of move things around and make it fit. All right, so we've put a few cute little items. I love these little bags of coffees that you can get from Rooster. If you go to the Roost on a regular basis, he'll eventually start giving you items. And one of the items he gives you as a gift is the bag of coffee, and I really love that item. So we put it in the window right there next to the coffee grinder for the drive-through. And then I'm just placing some furniture items out here. I wanted to have some of the bistro tables with the green umbrellas, of course, to match the Starbucks coloring. Also, we're going to be using some of these wood partitions. I love this item as well. Lots of colors available, of course, and I think they work great to frame in areas for builds, and they work really well as a fence too. So if you're looking for some ideas on how to frame in either a villager yard or polish off a build for yourself on your island, I think that these wood partitions are a huge, really useful item. Love them. They've been one of the top things I've used, I think, from the 2.0 update. All right, so we're also going to frame it in with these plant partitions, and then I've used a few custom designs like this adorable Starbucks awning. I love this pattern. I also created myself this drive-through pattern. This is something I don't do a lot of, which is create my own custom design patterns, but I couldn't find the right drive-through pattern. I decided to just create this one myself, and I did upload it to the portal. So if you're looking for this or any of the other designs for today's build, then check the description of the video. I'll be sure to list all of the custom design information and codes in the description right there for you. So if you're looking for something like this to use on your island, you'll have it readily available. All right, looking pretty good. So I did add a car. I love these vehicles. This one in particular, I wanted to go with the green because I think it coordinates pretty well with the build. But yeah, just sort of framing this area in using, of course, some of the simple panels to create these faux doors. I love these patterns. I think they're really useful, and I think that they're for sure a pattern that we're going to get a lot of use out of on this island. I'm huge on reusing patterns and trying to find different versatile patterns that I can use for more than one build, just because since we are limited on the custom design squares that we can use, I figured, hey, why not find something that's versatile? And I think this cute little glass door with the open sign is perfect for that. Yes, looking pretty good. I think this is looking pretty solid. Now I'm gonna probably time hop to tomorrow, just so that we can see how this looks with Raymond's house. And I went ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and redecorate the interior on his house as well, since we've unlocked that ability on Happy Home Paradise. So we're gonna go ahead and jump to tomorrow so that we can see this. This is one particular version of this build with the open door area here in the front, and then I'll show you another version of that here in a sec. So let's go ahead and hop to tomorrow so we can check out Raymond's house the next day. Yay! I love it! Yes, super cute. I love this. I actually ended up customizing Raymond's house to be this deep green color with the brown and black. I was hoping that it would coordinate on here. Now this particular style for this design is kind of nice because his front door is right there. You can just simply walk right here, check out his house, and there's still plenty of space here where he can navigate in and out of his house without any problems. So you could for sure, if you didn't want to do it this way and you wanted to just do a faux building, it would be pretty easy, I think, to fill this in with some more of the Takanama items, or even if you have some bookcases, anything tall that you can sort of fill in that area with. And you could totally get creative if you were into the terraforming, anything like that, to sort of raise up the signage one level higher. But yeah, really like how this came together. I went ahead and added a little sign, one of the illuminated signs over there next to the drive-through, because I think it'll look really cute at night. And then we're going to go ahead and fill this in. I wanted to see how this looked if we were to take one of the wide display cases turned backwards to kind of fill it in to make it look more realistic from the front. And we're going to go ahead and add, let's do another simple panel with a glass door pattern on it. Yes, love it, love it. And then let's add maybe some table and chairs over here in the front just to kind of trim it out because it's looking a little empty over here. I did add a couple of green floor lights on a couple of spots on the build as well, just because I do want it to look kind of cute and illuminated at night. And I thought the green would be sort of fun to kind of illuminate the Starbucks sign and everything over here. So let's put down these table and of course a cute little coffee mug with the Starbucks logo on it. Love it, love it. I love the detail on the items, how the coffee steams when you place it. It's just so precious. And it totally is making me want more coffee right now. Yay, love it. Okay, so here's the other version of this if you're looking to completely encapsulate the house. Now, if you go around to the back, you can still easily access Raymond's house in and out, which was important to me for this build because I do love interactive builds, but it's also important for me for things to be usable in this game too. So I kind of figured this was sort of a nice, happy mix of it. Raymond, hi, buddy. Oh my gosh, check him out. He's sleeping on the job, y'all. So this is Raymond's new interior. I went ahead and did a lot of the same coloring. I used the cafe wall, and I really love this herringbone wooden floor pattern. It's super cute. Love how that came together. It just kind of brings all of the warm tones and the coloration of the build outside to the interior of his house. Love the little cafe rug, and I wanted to use pops of green in the build with the sofa, and then of course using the Starbucks awning there on the top part on the wall with some of the glow-in-the-dark stickers to sort of fill in that area too. Hi, Raymond. Check him out, hard at work. I won't tell Raymond, I promise. You're my favorite cat on this island for sure. All right, well, I'm pretty happy with how that interior came together. Let's pop back outside so you can see the exterior one more time before we finish up for the day. I hope that this build has brought you some inspiration, and just keep in mind that if you are trying to do some sort of aesthetic like this on your island and incorporate ways to mix up the villager homes and incorporate them into your builds, I hope this has brought you some ideas on how you can achieve that. I'm really happy with how this came together. I think we might actually try this a little bit more with some of the other builds that we're going to be doing here with more of the villager houses. So let me know in the comments, do you like the style of doing the interactive builds with the villager houses, or do you prefer a standard standalone faux building? Let me know. I always love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Next time we'll be doing a huge cityscape build here on the other part of the island, so I hope you'll join me for that. I can't wait to do it. Wishing you all an amazing day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.